Welcome to episode 4?
I think so.
3 or 4 of Ransom Notes.
1 month in.
One
No,
month in.
3.
It's 3?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is moving a lot slower than I thought it would. Well, anyway, welcome back for those of you that have been with us on this long journey of 3 episodes. And today, I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but I'm sure Davis does. What's the topic?
Should we start over to trim it down?
Absolutely not. Let's just go for it.
What was your Instagram poll?
I wanted to know if it's worth fixing up a lawn in this market before you sell a house, which I think we should take and maybe translate over into what's worth putting money into and what is not going to matter at all.
So specifically, they were asking about a lawn?
A lawn, yeah.
No.
Well, how big's the lawn?
I don't care if it's in the Dallas Cowboys stadium. If it's dead, they're still going to buy it.
You think so?
Yeah?
I mean, I did buy my house, which has an oversized lot. We're on like the end. I think most of them are 6,000. Ours was like 7,500, and it was like shitty grass, like that crabgrass. And there's a giant pine tree that had roots like literally breaking up pavers. But I bought it anyway.
Yeah.
So to your point, yeah, maybe.
And that's different. That's breaking up pavers. If we're just talking about a lawn and you're the buyer, tell your agent to figure it out.
Well, I think if you have time, throw some sod on there and set an alarm every 2 days to go out and water in the morning. If you could just make that color come up a little bit, like the greenery,
Yeah.
I think it would help. I mean, it's all curb appeal, especially when we're talking about exterior. So whether you have a shitty lawn or you don't, like, people understand right now in this market that even if something's not perfect on a house, they're going to have to deal with it. They're going to make concessions somewhere. A lawn, that's easy. That's something you can fix. It's not something like a location or a bad neighbor or power lines. It's something that, you can work with over time. And so for that reason, no, if someone really likes your home and everything else is dialed in, they'll overlook some stuff. But to the same, it's like, me personally, I feel like the market's slowing just a little bit, kind of like you and I spoke about. And if it's about making people compete and like loving the house versus just like, yeah, I like it, works, I'll make it work, I can change a few things, versus like, holy shit, this is exactly what I dreamed of, and everything's like to the T, I feel like those people are going to fight and still help push that value up when you are getting offers in.
Totally. I think the most items you can cross off the I will have to do when I move in list, the better your house is going to sell.
Yeah.
So like if you need to update paint colors and your lawn or whatever needs to be done, whatever you can do on that list, you're opening yourself up to a bigger buyer pool.
Yeah.
Because people don't like work. Some people do, but the contractors aren't going to pay you top dollar for your house.
So, I mean, what are your thoughts on this? So I've been telling people, if you have like 20 things you have to do, and it's either I can do 3 of them or I can leave it, or, I mean, what do you, because I feel like people these days, and I'm just way overgeneralizing right now, but they don't want to buy like a halfway done project.
No.
It's either they want to be able to do it all themselves and save on the purchase price, or they want it dialed. Would you agree with that?
True, but if there's one thing that would be really impactful, and that's one of their 3 out of 20 that they'll do, then I would say do it. Like I've had one where the house is super original, but it's very clean. It's livable, but it's really dated, and the flooring was destroyed.
Yeah.
So
What kind of floor was it?
it was carpet, but it was all stains. So we're
Okay,
like, just
nothing you can do about it.
get rid of the carpet. Put new carpet in. Carpet's pretty cheap.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So they did that. Yes, they're still selling a house that's likely going to get remodeled, but that carpet doesn't give the person walking in that like, oh my God, this house is disgusting, because there's stains all
the
over.
smell too. Like,
So-
for me, if the house has a weird smell, I'm like, it's an immediate thing in the back of my mind when I'm touring the home.
That's why back in the day, realtors used to bake cookies in open houses.
Yeah,
Like it's a warm, welcoming smell.
true. Yeah, it's better than cats and dog pee.
Cats
feel
are the
like
worst.
Those
Like,
are some of the big ones. I mean, it's so often that we run into a house or just like, did people like nose blind? I forget what commercial it was.
yeah.
If it was like Tide or it was a laundry or whatever, but dude, I'm nose blind to my house. But every now and then, like if I'm gone or I'm camping and I come back, I'll be like, is this what my fucking house smells like? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, nah, I don't want to talk to, I don't live in like a pigsty or anything. But yeah, I'll smell like the dog. And I'll just be like, okay, it's dog bath time. It's vacuum. It's clean time.
Yeah, and you don't notice, especially when you're away and come back, 'cause windows are all closed, everything's closed up. But when you're there, you get more ventilation.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think to answer this question, it's if the, well, I would say it depends on what the rest of your house looks like.
Yeah, if it stands out like that much, then yeah, absolutely do it. Whatever that one thing is, if it stands out and it's fairly inexpensive to do it, do it.
Yeah. I'm more, I kind of go along the lines of like, what's the consistent in your home? And if your house is kind of like, remodeled 20 years ago, it's clean, it's livable, someone's likely going to want to upgrade it, but you can move in right now and it's still a clean, good home. A lawn is something I may just consider leaving as is. If I just remodeled like my kitchen and I have new carpet or I painted the exterior and it's like the one thing that's bringing down the curb appeal, I would take care of it.
All right, and I'll throw a curveball here. What about photoshopping the lawn on for the photos? I've seen that.
I just saw that on I think like the Broke Agent, but the dumb shit thing was they added both photos, where it showed the shitty lawn. It's like, but this is what it could look like. And I actually thought I think they were making fun of them, but I was like, oh, it's good. They included the real one, but then showed you if you guys put an AstroTurf, this is what your home could look like. And I don't have a huge issue with that.
I don't have a problem with that. I saw
As long
one.
as you're honest and people don't think it's a green lawn and then show up, they're like, what the fuck?
I saw one in Big Bear that, like Big Bear, it was just wild. The landscape of the area, it was just dirt and whatever native plants grow there, and they photoshopped on a nice green lawn with a circular driveway. The house didn't have either of those things.
Yeah.
So
But
that
they could. Like, how
Well-
far do you want to take this Photoshop thing?
yeah, that's my thing. You need to represent the house correctly.
Yeah, that's true. I like me personally. I feel like I would maybe try to smudge a little on like a lawn. I've never done that, but I haven't needed to.
If there's like a dog stain and there's one dead patch, then yeah, just
Yeah,
go over it because
Take
it's
the little
gonna go
healing
away.
tool.
It's gonna go away anyway. Okay, you did a post today of a house that was, what
Holy
was our word?
shit.
Unique?
Yeah, it was red and purple, like a faded, like almost had a hint of like a
I think I know.
brown in the purple.
Is that house off Springdale and like
No,
Edwards?
it's in my track. It's in the Moffat track.
Oh, there's another one down
Dude,
by the
I'll
wetlands.
throw up the picture. But this is like a big fucking no-no. Like it was purple and red, like red trim, like the fascia along the roof line was red, and all like the wood slats are purple, and then it had like some white accent pieces, and it just screamed like cheesy Valentine's invitation.
This is my thing. Like when you want to get your house ready for sale, make it as generic as possible.
Yeah,
That one's not.
no. Most people are just gonna immediately factor an additional $10,000, or they're gonna immediately retract $10,000 from their offer, knowing that they're
Some
not
people
gonna.
won't even look at it because they go, I don't
Sure.
want work.
Yeah.
And the inside might be great, but imagine that was your cover photo.
Yeah, but I mean, if that dude or that lady really likes purple and red and white, then maybe that's just the cost of them living in a home that they're in love with until it's time to sell.
Oh, no,
And
for
at
sure.
that point, as long as they understand they're wasting 10 grand.
And if you don't want your neighbor to live in a purple house, then you're going to have to buy in an HOA because they can paint it whatever color they want.
Yeah, that is one of the good things about HOA.
Probably the only.
Probably the only good thing is, it brings that, like the consistency of the community
And
making
that's
sure
it.
everyone's keeping their shit up on point.
Or not.
Or
Depends
not.
on your HOA.
Yeah, I guess that's true too. All right. Well, I hope that was informative. I mean, it wasn't. Hope it was entertaining.
Yeah, and if
Wasn't
you
too
have
funny,
if you have questions, let us know on Instagram. Like, hey, should I do this? I have specific questions, like this guy with a lawn, and we're now talking about it for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I hope that answered his question. If not, always message myself or Davis. I get questions maybe 3 or 4 times a week.
I think you just got one.
Yeah, and don't charge anybody anything. It's like it's really easy. We know these things, so it's not like we have to go work for anything. It takes 10 seconds to give you some free advice. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop a DM.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Hey. Why did I just do the Fonzie thing?
Cinco de Mayo. You're in party mode.
Oh, yeah, maybe.